Hello, gentle viewers. This is Avindian, welcoming you to a brand new episode of Front Office Football 8. It has actually been quite some time since I've played this last because I recorded a bunch of games in a row. So I did not get to ask our good friend Grant. I did not get to tell something that a friend of the channel, Grant, suggested. I'm going to show you something, and it's beautiful. This checkbox right here does not open Chrome when using box scores and game logs. It's so cool. And yet, I really like it. And so we'll see that in this particular episode. So, let's talk last season. We won 8-8. Didn't make the playoffs. In fact, haven't made the playoffs since 2019 when we technically had a sub 500 record. But we saw plenty of improvement. And I have hopes that we can see the same this year. So, what's working and what's not? We've still got Baker Mayfield, who's inching toward respectability each and every year. We've still got Wade Ayersman. And then we've got players who are currently rated as good, with a couple that could be very good. Josh Hammernick has a big future ahead of him. So does Michael Bueno and Nate Brown. If we can, I would like to get a new contract with you, but I don't think we can. I think we have to wait. We got $50 million in cap room, but we've also got some good players who are coming up. Not the least of which is Andrew Yancey. We've got several people who will probably lose. That's life. But hopefully we can see some good stuff. I would really love to keep Miles Jack if we could. Because he was... And once he got a chance to play outside, I think he just exploded. Oh wow, okay, actually didn't make anything. Never mind. What a loser. Just kidding. But I would like to bring him back for at least a couple of years. And I think we're going to need to make some arrangements to lock down some other people, too. Retain staff. I would like to keep Dave Taub. He's not the greatest at developing defensive players, but damn if he's not a top-notch defensive coach. And I really like that. So let's go ahead and move on to the staff draft. And we're going to go fast as usual. This frankly isn't enough of an upgrade for me to bother with it. So no, we'll go ahead and skip this. So skip pick. Resume. We get to keep our offensive coordinator. I really think that the spread did an amazing job for us last year. I think it was one of the best decisions we've made in a long time to make Baker more explosive. I think this was a good pick for us. Skip the pick. I want to keep my guy. I love Taub. I'm not going to let him walk. Skip. I do like having somebody who can help us with wide receivers, so this is fine. Let's get an upgraded strength coordinator. Let's grab Miles O'Donnell. And then resume draft. There we go. Okay, pre-free agency. Is there anyone want a franchise? How much would Miles Jack run me? 12 million is too much. I think we can probably do better. So no, I'm not going to franchise anyone. I'm a little sad that we're not keeping Terrell Everett, but he's not necessarily going to cripple us, so no. If we can slightly increase prices. Fan loyalty is building slightly. Let's go ahead and start free agency. Okay. Now let's not forget the draft issue. Let's get that done. Alright. I've said this every bloody year that we need offensive playmakers. Please don't print that. No one needs to know what I'm printing. Okay, the best player in the draft is Cedric Burks. We can't afford him. We won't have anywhere near. We're looking for someone in this range. Okay. Cody Blasick. I would like to interview you. Because you have off-the-charts athleticism. He's hard to read, but he's in the upper realm of most of this. I would be very happy with him as our pick. We could use an elite running back. Let's go ahead and scout Herb here. We actually think he's a bit underrated, but he's mostly about speed. I don't know how that'll fly, but it's something we can definitely take a look at. Okay, best receiver in the draft appears to be this fellow. But we think he's fairly overrated, so I probably wouldn't want to use a first-round pick on him. Let's look at actual grade, not what we think his grade would be in our system. Aiden Webster. Interview him, please. Not bad, but very raw. Look at that crazy speed, though. Damn, he might have the best speed in the draft. This is kind of a shit draft for receivers. I'm not going to lie. You are the closest thing to a top receiver. I don't know that I'd necessarily use a first-round pick on you, though. Alright. One other thing we need to consider is we're going to need to do nose tackle. And I don't know that the best nose tackle we could have is on this roster. So a couple of drops into the offensive line could be highly warranted. Okay, elite dash, awesome strength. He's a physical freak. He'd be a great defender and pass rusher with decent strength and good endurance. He'd be a nice pick for us. Let's scout you. Extremely underrated, but not quite as good as pass rush. Remember, the game identifies pass rush strength as power, which is what gets worse over time. We'll take a quick look at the help screen so I can show that to you. Pass rush technique. That doesn't help. So here we go. So pass rush technique is basically outsmarting the other guys. Pass rush strength is just bowling them over. What else do we have here? Jimmy Merrick is quite fast and has good strength. What do we got? He's kind of a middle of the road type. I would not use a first round pick on Merrick. I don't think he's got the overall skill for it. I already interviewed you, right? Yes, I did. I already did Webster. Loner. Yeah, I don't like him very much. He would only be like a gap clogger, and that's not what I want in an end. What do we have as far as DTs? Do we have any actual nose tackles? Yes. Interviewed. Good run defense, kind of middle of the road all the way around. Yeah, not going to waste time on that. Benson's got a little bit more talent to him, although I don't like the endurance. I don't want a nose tackle I've constantly got to swap out. And yeah, he's a good hitter that's good at stopping the run, but not much else. Okay, the important thing is used up all that, so let's go ahead and get free agency started. First of all, before this becomes an issue, let's bring back the kicker. Let us definitely bring back our best draft pick ever. He wants a shit ton of money, and I find it hard to argue he doesn't deserve it. How much does this bork our cap room? A fair chunk. But I find it hard to believe we wouldn't want that. I would give him 2 years. Because he's already... No, he's 28. So, right. This would give him... We'd have him until he's 31. Let's re-sign him. Yes. Okay. Yancey, re-sign. Very reasonable deal. Welcome back. We could shift him into guard if that's what we decide we want to do, if we acquire a good top-notch tackle later on. Zeitler. Look, he's already 33. But a 1-year extension isn't the worst idea and does give us a bit more flexibility to target guards that might fit with us well. Braden Ratliff. Do we want to bring him back? How much does he want? He basically wants long-term money, which I'm kind of okay with, actually. He's a good corner, even if he's not a great one. And 56 is still quite good. I'm willing to give him this extension. Let's go ahead and keep our punter, because why not? Any other people whose contract coming up in 1 year that we definitely want to re-sign? Denzel Ward has declined quite a bit. He's becoming more of a specialist. And I think this contract is honestly extremely reasonable. That is totally fine with me. Bitonio. Mate, you're 32 with a series of injuries last year, and you were barely starting last year. And you were always based more on strength, so you're just going to get worse as you get older. I might let Bitonio walk. Patrick Foreman has enough upside to him that I'm willing to give him a new deal. Keep him around for a while. Chubb and Charles. We're getting into the part of the roster where I'm not going to overpay to keep people. You have to be the current Browns all-time sack leader, aren't you? Yeah. There was a time when he was a much better player, but I think he can still contribute. These are all fairly modest deals, which means we can opt out of them if it turns out that they do keep shit in the bed. Chubb. I don't know. I can't see myself re-signing you. Yeah, a lot of the players that we haven't re-signed yet are pretty much average. Blades, I'll bring you back, but you still have a long way to go before you're of much use to me. But I do like your upside. Sure, we can keep our long snapper. At least for another year. Ellis doesn't want to come back. Stoffers does. If he doesn't want much, that's reasonable. Yeah, there's not a lot here that I'm staring at that's like, yes, I have to grab this guy. Yep. Let's end this first stage. Okay. So we've got a decent core. And we could use a bit more than that. What do we got? Who are the best free agents available? We've got a really good cornerback. A couple of average receivers. How good is my actual current receiving core? I've still got Aguilar. I've still got Higgins. So whoever I grab would be a replacement for Welch, basically. I can probably get that in the draft. You guys are all DTs. Why isn't Bob Todd a safety? Like, this skill set to me screams safety. How much does he want? A fair sum, and I'm not willing to take on that much money for a project. We can upgrade it running back. I think tight end is where we really need to upgrade. Who's the best tight end in this market? There's got to be at least one who's real good, right? There is not. None of the top 88 are tight ends. I think we maybe just sit out free agency. I just don't see much here. We've got a couple of real good safeties. We've got 3 good corners. Scratch that, 4 good corners. We do need a new strong side linebacker. And we could use a bit more beef on the offensive line. We could actually use a lot more beef on the offensive line. So an elite defensive end that fits into my scheme would be something I'd be interested in pursuing. He wants to play in the 4-3. You want to be a 4-3 linebacker. I'm just going to go ahead and skip free agency altogether and then just wait and get some bargains later on. Because there's nobody here that I really want to retain, except for maybe Miles Jack. I actually wouldn't mind bringing him back for a couple of years. Because my strong. Yeah, let's give him an offer. I highly suspect someone will probably beat us to his salary, but I don't necessarily care if we don't get him. Yeah, these guys are way overpaying for most of these players. Oh, Dante Fowler, it plays as a nose tackle? I see you're just making him into one. Do I want to get into an defensive end? Do I want to grab Sam Hubbard, even though he doesn't want to be a 3-4 guy? Oh God, look at his endurance. It's 0. He's literally a pass rush specialist. Abort, 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 abort. Yeah, we're just going to try to upgrade in the draft. I know our defensive line isn't great, but it's honestly not worth much to me to bring him back. Anyone else offered more than me? No. I could try to steal this guy. I just don't know what he has that I don't already have. I mean, look, dicking over the Steelers is a worthy goal in and of itself, but... And Miles Jack ended up resigning. I kind of expected he might. I'm not going to overpay for mediocrity anymore. If they want a reasonable contract to return, I'm all ears. But otherwise, I genuinely don't care. And we can skip all the remaining stages. I got what I wanted. Okay. It's draft time. Now, one thing I didn't think of checking, and we might take a flyer on a mid-round pick, is trying to grab a tight end. We'll see what happens. Let's go to faster. No fastest. Wow, that receiver I didn't think was that great. Okay. Now, here's the interesting question. Okay, there are a couple of real good tight ends in the draft. But there's also 2 players at positions we also really need. Okay, let's compare these two. I'll put you over here, put you over here. You are a very good, consistent defensive end. But you could be an amazing linebacker. We do think he's hard to read, so this could be off, but if even it's just off a little bit. Oh, position drill, okay. The measurables look so good on this kid, and we do need a new outside linebacker. I really wanted to go offense this draft, but again, we keep getting caught in these situations where we don't have a choice. I actually really like Gregory Starks too, just looking at him. I love the strength. If he's still available the second pick, we'll take him. But yeah, I think we're gonna take Blazik. I think he's the best choice. Although McCarroll is a really good run defender and has great technique. Damn. And the thing is, I think we need defensive end more. He's more developed. Oh, but we're a 3-4. Okay, who would our starting ends be? Lytle is not going to be starting because he's got almost no endurance. He's a pass rusher. So Garrett would probably start at right end. At left end, and then probably Lanier would start right end, or maybe we give Loudon a shot. If we're trying to make the playoffs this year, either one of them would work, really. Oh, this is tough. I really don't know who to take here. We think McCarroll is a good enough fit that we rate him higher. I'm going to take McCarroll. I really hope Blazik or someone like him is available when we get to pick again, but he's so good, I have to take him. And I will move him to defensive end for sure. Blazik's gone. I kind of figured he might be. Fitzgerald is a strong kid. I'm not taking another defensive end. That much I will tell you right now. Joey Dunn's all over the place. And he's not a great pass rusher. On an outside linebacker, that's one of the things I look for. I could just take Tyrus Fitzgerald here because he's a big boy. He's got raw blocking strength for days. But while we do need a replacement guard, I don't want to overspend on one. A really good center's an interesting decision. I just don't know how really good he is. But I think it's worth taking the risk. He's got good agility, really good strength, and a pretty good 40-yard dash time. And he's also pretty smart. I think it's worth taking him because it looks like he can play center or right guard. And I think he's a good pick for us. Resume. Noah Meza keeps falling, as does Eric Benson, and I can easily take either one of them. Okay, what was your problem? We frankly just don't know you that well, but as a third round pick, I like the idea of taking a linebacker, so that's what we're going to do. Can I let my tackle slide to the right end, to the fifth round? I don't know. Okay. Let's take Cedric here in the fourth round. Tight ends. Are there any good tight ends left? There is one. Josh Ulrich. I'm happy to take another tight end in the fifth round. I need my players that I interviewed still around. You are. You're pretty much only a run clogger, but there's value in that. Anyone have just like a crazy high grade that no one else has touched? Josue Deloach. Okay, he's super tiny. But I'm willing to take a flyer on him. It's a 7th round pick. It's not really going to do much one way or the other. How'd the rookies turn out? Oh, we hit on on McCarroll. Okay, right away I'm moving you to defensive end. That's where I need you. And then in the offseason, I'm going to tell you to bulk up a tiny bit, maybe. Okay. So we got an awesome defensive end. Did he have the endurance? I was worried about that. Yeah, he's got good endurance. I think he's going to be a great pick for us. Joey Dunn is a very serviceable linebacker. Sporluck here. We're not so sure about him. He's still got a ways to go. We'll see how he does once training camp starts. I think this was... The top of this draft was quite good. I think our top 3 picks were exactly what we needed and all filled some key areas. We got a decent value in McComas. It's not great, but it's decent. Deloach, Didn't expect much from him. Same with Ulrich. Begin late free agency. Any guys on my team that I might want to bring back that I haven't already re-signed? I doubt it quite seriously. How far down we got to go to get a rookie? McCarroll. Well, I'm not going to sign Everett. That's for sure. Chubb is holding out and wants a new deal, does he? Does he? You know what, mate? You did have a really good year last year. I'm not going to argue that. And he really doesn't want that much money. This is like one of the weirdest holdouts ever. It's like, I want a modest pay increase, and I'd like it eventually. Yeah, I'll take it. Man, you had so much more leverage, dude. So much more. Anyone important retire? Zeitler's still here, and that's all I really cared about, to be honest. I didn't really care too much about Batonio. I do think he retired, though. I don't know. There he is. He's still there. Okay. I do want to bring back my my fullback. I like my fullback. I think he's pretty good. There we go. I don't think we're going to bring back any of our other own guys, so I just don't think it's worth it. So we'll just skip that bit. And yeah, I'm just going to skip free agency. I can try to grab a couple of undrafted free agents, but frankly, I don't think we need them. No, don't be not responding. That's not nice. Our cap room is getting a bit tight, relatively speaking. Okay, we need a new offensive playbook this year. But to be honest, I'm kind of happy with the one we had last year. I'm kind of real happy, actually. I mean, it really worked last year. And we basically have the same offense, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to make a new playbook. I will send some people for weight training. McCarroll. You won't gain anything if I bulk you up, so I'll just ignore that. What about my center / guard? You're a bit on the light side, actually. Why don't you get a bit chunkier, my young friend? I don't think there's anyone else I want to mess with, though. Oh, what about our linebacker? Because he might be someone we might want to either slim down or bulk up, depending on where he fits into the starting lineup. Where is he? Here's Loudon. No, not the guy I meant. Done. 261 is about average, actually. I'm not going to mess with him. Let's try to get better information about him before I mess with him. So I'm going to go ahead and let him just do whatever this year. Van Verth. Who the hell are you? I drafted you last year, that's right. Run defense, good zone, good bump and run, good play diagnosis, really great interceptions. How would you do out of interest as a free safety? Let's have him put on a bit of weight this year and see how that impacts him during the playing season. Foreman's tiny, but he's got a tiny frame too. That's fine. That's reasonable. You might do with a bit of extra weight. Ah, I can't make him any bigger. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine. I am getting tired of the same old song, though, how literally every single year I say, gee, we really should get more playmakers in the draft, and then we get no offensive playmakers in the draft. But I think the way front office football does it, a minor quibble, but one I think that's valid, it seems like they only see a certain number of offensive playmakers. I'm having a much easier time building the defense than I am building the offense, which is a bit sad. But it's life. Start training camp. And now we get honest to goodness. Okay, trade offer. Oh, fuck you. Double fuck you. I'm not trading any of those players. Why would I do that? Okay. Let's sort by future. Ooh, Buenos took a big step forward in training camp. I am impressed, my friends. I am extremely impressed. And in 16 full games, he only allowed 4 sacks. That's pretty damn solid in a left tackle. Wait a minute. Where'd my defensive end go? Oh, nowhere. We're just thinking maybe his ceiling isn't quite as high as we expected. He's got good endurance. He's not bad or great at any area of defense. Good hitter, decent play diagnosis. This isn't what we needed, but I will take it. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Joey Dunn. Okay, I love the numbers here. I think he could be a tremendous asset to this team. He's not going to handle tight ends well. And his endurance isn't great, but I do think he'll be a nice addition to the team as well. Do we give Loudon some playing time this year? He's a really good pass rusher that's just never gotten a chance to play. Huh. He's got a world of potential, does Loudon. Can I shift you to right defensive end? And then we'll see how you turn out. Alright, we can only have 46 active players. So let's start making the easy decisions. Current estimate that's super low, but doesn't already have a spot. Two of the rookies, three of the people I drafted are all going inactive. I guess that's fair. Dunlop again. Of all the first round draft picks I could have made that year, this one seems pretty shit. Yeah, there is nothing that indicates he is worthy to play on this roster, which is a tragedy. But what are you gonna do about it, right? No Robbie Doc, I don't think. Oh, I've literally have to pick either him or Kranchik. I'll take him, I guess. Where are we overrepresented? Is it defensive linemen again? We always have too many defensive linemen. Okay, we have way too many tight ends. All right, let's go position by position. I'm fine running 2 running backs. I don't need 5 tight ends. I just don't. Okay. I need all the receivers. Offensive linemen. How many do I have active? I have 9 active. I could make 2 inactive. Let's make Stoffers and Hayes inactive. Still gotta make 3 more people inactive. I got a whole slew of defensive linemen. I don't need Buddy Rodriguez. And I don't think I want Lanier either. I don't want him taking playing time from someone else. Alright, how many do I have now? I gotta make 1 more person inactive. I can do that. I have 5 DTs. Oh, I only have 3 active. I have rather a lot of cornerbacks active. Are any of the cornerbacks just no good? I think Willis, actually. Make him inactive. Okay. Let's do the obvious stuff first. Mayfield, Chubb. Bueno. Clemens or Sporlook. Look, for the preseason, I think I'm inclined to let Sporlook go ahead and have some playing time. Just to see, for the first 2 weeks at least, and see how he develops. Zeitler at right guard. Lock him down, lock him down. Right tackle, Yancey. Lock down, lock down. Okay. Fill in the rest. It didn't do what I said. Quit doing that, please. Whatever, you guys. There we go. Anyone we're concerned about? Charles. Well, defensive personnel. I'm inclined to make this the Wild West and let the game start whoever they want to start, wherever they want to start him. McCarron is the... Oof. I very much doubt Little can play that much. Can he? Isn't Little the elite pass rusher I was terrified of starting because he'd get hurt? Yeah, he's got very little endurance. I don't know that... Oh, I see. You pretty much got him only in pass rushing downs. And then we're getting Robbins a bit of playing time, too. That's fine. Where is Robbins? There he is. Okay. Let's do it, you guys. Go away, position distribution. I don't care. Oh, we get one of the Hall of Fame games. Nice. The Bears have won 2 Super Bowls, so I think it's fair that they're favored over me. By a fair bit. Let's go back. Holy shit, we won the Hall of Fame game. Damn, suck on that, Chicago. Oh my god, you guys. It's beautiful. Look how pretty this is. Hey, look, they actually use a reasonable rotation. I like it. Oh my god. And I don't have to worry about accidentally people seeing stuff. You don't like my center by starting end. You can both go fuck yourselves. That's how I respond to that. I don't play that week. I do play this week. Garrett will be right back. Okay, so we've got 2 weeks in. Now we should have a better sense of our team. Okay. I'm going to leave Sporluk as active, but I'm also definitely going to go ahead and start Clemens as the center. I just like his ability to run block, and he's a good enough strength-wise that I think he can handle blocking pass rushes. No injuries yet. Some angry people. Wait, starting weak side outside linebacker. We are playing the rookie, aren't we? Playing Jack and Dunn. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think you are basing it on how they are now. And I'm looking a little bit more toward the future. Okay. Zeiler there's got a bit of an outing, so that'll create some issues when the season starts. But other than that, any big changes? Anyone get a lot better or a lot worse? Gabriel Reynolds does not want to come back to this team. I think he probably wants a chance to start somewhere, even though I don't think he'd be very good at it. And he's probably earned that. Would anyone want Gabriel Reynolds? I'll happily sign a guy off the street if I can make a good trade and get maybe a quality pick out of it. Anyone that would want Gabriel Reynolds? Okay, we've got 2 teams that desperately want him. Dude's a quarterback. How about a first rounder? Doesn't say a first is good enough. How about a second? Not very close. Third rounder. This is my final offer. Extremely close, not good enough. I'll talk to the Giants. I never changed the Detroit Lions to the Lions, did I? That's my mistake. Isn't it sad that we played like 7 seasons and I've just now noticed it? Maybe you noticed it already. I don't know. How about a first round pick? Not enough talent. Not very close. Is even a 4th round pick available? Is it worth getting a 4th rounder for him when I can just keep signing him to cheap deals as a backup? Oh, you know what we really need? We need a good tight end, don't we? Do you have one? Charlie Vaughn is shit. Tucker Ferrara is shit. Kennedy Blaylock has the potential to someday not be shit, but probably is unlikely. Let's just make this trade. I'll trade him for a 4th rounder, and then we'll grab ourselves a cheap, interesting free agent quarterback. Quarterback. Rick Horner. Yeah, alright. Yes. Oh, no, you don't like him. How about Greg Harrison? Yes. No. Why are these people distractions? Are they just assholes or what? Yeah, we can bring in AJ McCarron. The idea of bringing him in, by the way, tickles me pink, given the situation where the Browns almost traded for him until it turned out he sucked. I do need to make 3 cuts, though. I don't want to cut a starting player. I'm going to cut Stauffer because he sucks. I'm going to let Shapiro walk. He literally he's a one-trick pony. Later, noob. And then I got to cut one more guy, don't I? McCarron. No. Oof. Damn, Van Verth and Foreman used to have a lot more potential. They kind of went in the toilet, didn't they? Do I just cut bait on Dunlop? He's not going to play. There we go. Under the 53 player limit, and I can even activate one more person. Any specific position I could use a bit more players at? Yes. As much as this pains me, we need to start Kranchik just because I need an extra receiver. Okay. A 4th round pick for Reynolds isn't the best deal I've ever made, but it's also not the worst. So I'll take it for now. Recommend, and then I'll just reset this. There we go. Confirm. And that's it for this episode. We have upgraded at a couple of key defensive positions, but the offense still isn't better. I think we've got... So the question is... what was that really cool overview thing that I saw last time, by the way? Team summary. This is really cool. It's like my favorite screen now. I love it. Team stats. Oh, I see. I can look at years past. Let's look at our team summary from last year. Oh, I can't do the team summary from last year. That's a bummer. Team history. Here we go. Yeah, 2023. Rushing offense wasn't bad. Passing offense was pretty solid. We were really good against... We actually were pretty bad against the run. Yeah. And we got torched. So the defense is really what we needed to address. I think the pass rush is better with the addition of our first-round draft pick, McCarroll. He's got good pass rush strength, and he could improve significantly in his technique. This is a three-down player, unlike a Myles Garrett, and I think he's going to be really solid. So that's a clear upgrade over what we've had in the recent past. And there's enough other interesting talent on the defensive line that I think we could see a lot of quality. Starting Ty Robbins? Why? Is it just an endurance thing? I don't know. That's weird. That's really weird. In fact, that's so weird. I'm actually going to release him so you can't start him. That's really stupid. He's a 7th round pick, though. Maybe I won't argue too much. We'll see how he turns out. They might just call him a starter because he only plays in the starting set, but all the other places he does not play. I'm actually going to start Rodriguez and sit Lester. Lester's clearly the worst of the two players there. Oof. Joey Dunn, my dude, I had hoped that you would improve in the preseason, and you really didn't. But he's got decent volatility, and he still has a ways to go to become fully developed, so maybe we'll see more later on. I love our middle linebackers. I heart them. I really like our corners, too. We have 4 elite cornerbacks. And a couple that maybe aren't so good, but they're not going to be playing all that often. And we've got good safeties too. There is no reason this team cannot compete this year. We just need we need basically a repeat of last year's offense, and we need a significant improvement in defense. And to that end, go ahead and generate a defensive game plan, and it'll shift things around. That's fine. Everything's fine. Offensive game plan. Actually, there's one thing I want to change this year. Yeah, I basically don't want the tight ends being used anymore. I don't think they're good enough. Definitely step up in long passes. Slightly favor Aguilar. Callaway's fine. Really shouldn't be thrown to the fullback all that much. And then just kind of ride the hot hand with the rest of this. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Conform. So, we're going to see how the season goes. I have a little bit of faith in that things will go well, but we'll just have to see. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.